Hey everyone, Flying Kraken here, and before we get into today's video, which is the car review stream I had with Foghi, Mighty, and TonberryBleu on the new upcoming Hearthstone expansion for Voyage to the Sunken City, I'd like to tell you I really appreciate the support that y'all give the channel, and it would really help out the channel if you click that like button, bonk that subscribe button to keep content flowing through this channel. Really appreciate it. Now on to the card reviews.
Is Illuminate. 0 mana, holy spell. Dredge, if it's a spell, reduce its cost by 3. What do you guys think? I'm curious.
I think on paper it looks really good, but in reality it's not as good because most of the pre-spells are cheap anyway. Like they cost 1 or 2 mana.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's okay. It's not unplayable, but it's not as OP as people think.
It may allow you to play more spells, though. Cards that before made them not as playable, I guess. You may have to like
it's
run
solid.
You may have to run this anyway if you are like the deck with like the legendary coming up, right?
Yeah, you're playing freaking Lyra with this.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's a miracle priest shenanigans as always.
Yeah, Naga Miracle Priest.
Are you a fan or not a fan? Sorry.
I think it's a okay card. I think this is a pretty decent. But like, and this will see a lot of simply because it says, when a spelling just has a lot of significance. I think.
Okay. I think this is by itself not that great, but in the context of other cards that exist, makes it better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If there
because Lyra's here, it's good.
Yeah. Because we have Lyra, Handmaiden.
And I think in particular the fact that it's free is the reason why I'm gonna give it a 3.
Yeah. 0 mana, like.
Yeah. It is arguably a 0 mana do nothing on the turn you play it.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's about the setup, and I feel like it's good enough to see play.
Yeah, and I guess it's not necessarily a waste of your turn because it is 0 mana, so you can just do other stuff with your mana too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna 3.
For example, the next card.
It's
a 2 mana 2/3.
Is this the new Miracle Priest payoff?
I don't really think so. I think it's more of a.
It's like Edwin. It's
it's Edwin. It's Edwin. It's Naga win.
So 2 mana 2/3 Queensguard. Battle Cry. Gain +1/+1 for each spell you cast this turn. I actually look at this as okay. This is a totem golem if you have the coin.
Yeah, if you have coin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure.
It's what a 2. You can play it on turn 1 for a 3/4.
Just like
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah.
So I've been like really thinking about this card a lot because this is like the first Edwin-esque card I've ever seen for non-rogue. I've been trying to think of like, okay, if you have Valish, which we'll talk about later, right? This could essentially be in some respects like a Yeti on turn 2 sometimes, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's very high rolly. I don't know if it's really great.
But... It does have good stats for its cost, and it can only grow higher. So
yeah, at least it's not.
It's like weed. Pretty. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not bite weed.
It's like garbage by itself. This is like at the worst it should.
Yeah. I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be used a lot with the coin. Like you're gonna be like, oh, coin, and then you play like Illuminate, and then this, and it's like, oh, it's a 4/5 or.
Yeah.
But I'm having like I feel like there's a lot of times this might just sit in your hand or
like high roll your aggro opponents by playing a turn 1 4/5.
Yeah. I think this is more of an aggro card than a miracle card because it doesn't have any other stats. It's just a stat stick. We want to end the game with the Lyra turn. We don't want to just play a big boy that they can just remove.
I'll give it a 2.
Yeah, so I think it's a 2.
Yeah, I'll give it 2, I guess. Yeah. I kind of talked my down. I was like, when I first saw it, like a lot of these cards, I blindly reacted to it. Now, like that we got 4 people here, just thinking about talking about it a little bit more. I'm just like, yeah, bro, Foghi's on the hot trail. This next card.
All right, so the next card we have here is Next card here is Whispers of the Deep. 1 mana shadow spell. Silence a friendly minion, then deal damage equal to its attack randomly split among all enemy minions. I think this wins the award for like the longest text for a spell. This is like a freaking novel.
I see you, Blizzard, trying to make silence priest a
Yeah.
thing again.
I
They
think
did print a I saw a neutral like can't attack minion this
Yeah,
yeah,
there is.
1943.
Yeah.
One for me.
Yeah, it's Ancient Watcher, little
You
one.
I think this is better than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
The reason is because it's playable outside of just Silence Priest too. Like even if you like randomly discover it, if you silence a 5 attack minion, like that's 1 mana deal 5. That's still not
Yeah.
bad. That's
But would you put
Yeah.
this in your deck?
No.
but
Maybe.
if Silence Priest is a thing, this is the big.
No, because
Yeah.
you have to. So one thing people have to remember is that like just because the cards they showed us that were getting into the core set, all the cards they didn't mention are being pulled out are still in the core set. So you still have the fly trap. You still have the 4/8 that can't
Yeah.
attack or whatever. So, but I mean,
We still have Focused Will.
Yeah, they have duplicity there. Both of those exist still. I don't think it's great, but I think
no,
it's like,
yeah, but I think it's definitely
It's very niche. It's very
Yeah.
niche. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Now, if this thing did damage to all enemy minions, no, I'm kidding.
if it was a board wipe.
Yeah, it was a board wipe, then we're talking. But I think it's a 2.
Yeah, I'll give it 2.
Yeah. I'll
Just
give it
stay
a 1.
mighty. You hit us with that one.
What do you think, Mighty? Any last thoughts?
Yeah, it's a one. It's a one. Nah, it's straight up one.
Oh my god, another silence card. A 1.
I mean, to be honest,
It's-
I'm not a huge fan of silent stuff, but if they want
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird art type for me. I've never really liked it.
but 4 mana, a Jarin Ritual, silence a minion and summon a copy of it. Put a Sunken Ritual on the bottom of your deck, and then the Sunken Ritual does the same thing, but it summons 2 copies instead of just 1. I mean, initially I thought this card was complete hot garbage. Now that Illuminate exists, it's a little bit less garbage because you can pull that 1 mana, summon 2 copies of a minion, so it's not.
Yeah.
It has its weight of uses, and it's not as dead as Unsleeping Soul was back in the day. So it's still
Still very nichey, yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of setup required. You even have to have a good minion on board which you want to copy. Then you have to have all these cards. I don't see it.
Yeah. I mean, the God play I can think of is you play what, the 3 mana 4/8? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And then you silence it on turn 4. You get
And then
another copy
you,
of it.
And then you get more from Illuminate.
Yeah, you just make a board of 4/8s, I guess.
Like, let's go.
That's the best case scenario.
My plant
a
army.
1. It's a 1.
I give it a 1 too.
Oh, look at
Sure.
that.
Oh,
Another
I'll complete the quadruple.
All right, next card
Whirlpool.
we have is Whirlpool. Foghi's not even like letting
Foghi,
us talk.
Foghi, Foghi,
Give
I
me
don't
one.
believe in these cards. I'm not waiting for Tom to talk me out of it. These cards are bad. This is not Paladin. This isn't Hunter.
Yeah, the next card we have is a Whirlpool.
So, and it's the next one.
9 mana nature spell. I don't know why we have a random nature spell, but
It's a Whirlpool.
just true. But I don't know.
Same vote. Look at that. Look at Mighty.
Oh no, Mighty!
Uh,
Dude,
They're all minions and all copies of them wherever
So-
they are.
So it's like a board
16
wipe, but
feather.
it's also got the rogue legendary effect on it where it can kill all copies and decks and stuff.
Yeah, but it's
all
9 mana.
It's all
It's-
mega.
9 mana. It's a spell.
It's worse than Twisting Nether.
I mean, I
Yeah.
feel maybe. I mean, you got this and Light Bomb, so I mean, Control Priest, I guess, but
I'm just playing Light Bomb if that's.
Yeah.
What
This
do
is
you
a
think,
1 for
Todd?
me. No, I don't like it either. I think it costs way too much.
Yeah, it's like why
think
give
it's
it 9
these days
mana?
it
if Tom gives it a 1, I'll give it a 1.
It should cost 7 mana.
Okay, Tom
We're
give it a
gonna
1. I'm
make
giving it
it.
a 1.
Yeah, I don't know.
All
I saw this
right,
card.
guys, it's time.
Alright, don't. Alright, got it.
What's wrong with you? That's not a 1. Did you typo? What happened? All right.
One. Oh, he put a 1 on this card? What? I know it's got 1 attack and 1 health, but...
All right, you got priestess, Valish,
If it just...
battle cry, refresh, and empty mana crystal for each spell you cast this turn. That's a Naga, so synergies there.
I mean, this has got to be like the Lyra turn, right? Like you freaking go Lyra, cast all your spells, play this.
There's like 3 uses for this. 1, you cheese it with switcheroo. You play a 0 mana 12/12. It's like bam, a big one. Or the more. The more rational approach, you could play this potentially tempo,
Yep.
with like the Queen's Guard type of thing, aggro.
Yeah, I
think-
was actually thinking about that too. If you have like a weird, if you have like a mixture of spells and minions, and you just like you coin play and play another spell, play Queen's Guard, and play this, you get another 1/1, refresh your mana with like 2 mana, you play another minion. Like,
Yeah, so
Yeah. Then there's the miracle case.
the high roll aggro start. There's a 1 mana 1/3 Naga that gains +1 attack for the turn when you cast a spell. All right, so if you play that turn 1, on turn 2 you play Radiant Elemental, you play double Serpent Wig, you play Felice, and then you play Queen's Guard, and that's like 12/12 stats on turn 2. So that's potentially there, but it's a huge high roll.
yeah, I mean it's there. I mean
the fact that this card is so flexible in all these cases, it's like so powerful effect.
Yeah, it's only control priest that I don't see any value in this card.
yeah, you're not gonna be
Yeah.
playing enough, to do that.
So I mean, I think people kind of like lost their mind seeing the card.
I definitely for the first like 10 minutes I saw it, I was like, oh my goodness, here we go. And like I still think that this is a card that you have to like that could see a nerf by the end of its cycle. Because
it's still very powerful.
Because the more cards they print, they have to be. This is a card that from now on they have to like be wary of what they print. I guess, right? Like because but
And Priest loves casting spells.
but the moment I saw that Bloodweaver and Septic were gone, I kind of like calmed down a little bit. But I'm still giving it a 4 just because of the potential it's going to have throughout its whole cycle.
Yeah.
If this
It's
card
also-
existed
it's a
now,
freaking-
no, that
It's a
not
freaking
Mhm.
0 mana card, man.
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Oh my god, Priest got card draw. What is this?
Whoa.
We're
How's that
rogue.
allowed?
We're playing rogue now. Like we're literally playing rogue. We got Edwin. We
So
got
Priest isn't allowed to get card draw.
yeah. We got Edwin. We got Illuminate, which is prep. We have whatever.
This is like one of the first, those type of cards which like you play when holding spells. I'll actually like because I think these can consistently pull this off.
Yeah.
Yep. Handmaiden, 3 mana 3/2 Naga, battle cry. If you cast 3 spells while holding this, draw 3 cards. So you can compare this to
Gotta be the best holding thing effect.
one of the best, yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
best, yeah. I think this and the mage draw spell are very close.
Yeah.
You guys remember that Warlock Invoker card? That drew 3 cards?
Oh, yeah, the 4
Yeah.
mana 5/4. Yeah.
It's like something Worshipper or something, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically like very similar to that, except you have to hold this in your hand. So that's the drawback.
Mm-hmm.
But casting 3 spells is so easy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so even if you draw it late, it's like fine for this one.
I think this makes the engine of Miracle Priest work because you need this type
Yeah.
of thing. Alternatively, because there's Cleric and Wild Pyro and stuff back, it's possible that Priest has way too much draw now somehow. They're like, you know what? This is too clunky. I'm gonna just go Northshire Cleric instead. But
Yeah.
I think it's still
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
good.
Cleric also is that. Huh?
Yeah. So
I turned it up some more.
Wait,
but
Apple's
think it's-
gone, right?
That's about it, because blow my ears
Apple,
out.
yeah, Apple's
and
gone.
Oh,
it's
God.
giving me
Thank
warnings
God.
on the
I don't want
stream,
Apple
so
Pyro
that
again.
I have it in the red zone, so it may be you. I don't know. Nobody else has really complained too much about it.
Yeah, I
I
mean, the
think it's-
card's really strong.
I think it's a build around card. That's the thing. Like, this is
Yeah.
a card like
But I
you
turned it
wanna
up
play
about
Naga's
25%
miracle
more,
stuff. Like
so hopefully it's a
if you
little
don't have
better.
this, the deck doesn't work. So
I'm giving it a 4.
Now it's 3.
Just to crack.
This is a hard one. I mean, I might as well give it a 3. I think it's good, but I'm not gonna. I don't know.
All right. Our next card we have is the Priest Colossus. Blackwater Behemoth. 8-mana, 8/10 beast. Colossal +1. Lifesteal, and the attachment is Behemoth's Lore. 2-mana, 1/4. At the end of your turn, force a random enemy minion to attack the Blackwater Behemoth.
I hate this already. I mean, it's a good card, but I hate it all.
Well, I turned it up 25% on OBS on itself,
I
so
think it
hopefully
sucks.
that helps some.
I think it's.
I don't know if
it's
I
8
can turn up
mana.
any more because
It's
their
good in
voices
Quest
are
Priest, maybe.
their
but
voices
that's
are
like
putting into the red zone that's a little too
I,
high. So
I think this can be the top end for a
I don't know if I
control
can
based.
anymore.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
not. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I think it's very bad.
Yeah.
It's just
bad,
it's,
bad.
it's very boring too. Like I was hoping for something a
Yeah.
little bit more like flavorful.
It's not really
Well-
good in control matchups, and then against aggro, if you haven't died by turn 8, I feel like you've won at that point.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I feel like slower decks can play it just as like removal kind of, but
Yeah.
but I
This
mean,
is
it's
a
definitely
rude
one of the
target.
worst colossal minions. I think
Yeah, one of the worst colossal minions for sure.
I'm giving it
Yeah.
a 2, but
So easy to remove as well.
we'll give it a 1. I don't feel. I feel pressured, you know.
Give a 1.
Yep.
Switcheroo.
Then next card we have is
Another card
Switcheroo.
draw.
Hell yeah!
2 minions.
All right, 3-mana Switcheroo. Draw 2 minions. Swap their stats.
Huh. How relevant is the swap their stats part?
I think the effect is good enough where you don't really care about that high roll potential. It's there if you want a meme. But
I guess it's very
Yeah.
specific, right? Like drawing 2 minions means that your deck building will come into play here.
Yeah.
You know, you'll be picking the minions you're drawing. So, and
compared
I
to
guess
Abyssal Depths.
yeah,
like
I guess
the,
it gives you like a high roll of like if you're always playing the 0 mana card in the deck, then you always have a high roll, I guess. You know.
Yeah, like, compare this again to the Abyssal Depths for Demon Hunter. Instead of your 2 lowest, you're saving 1 mana by doing this. So
Yeah.
I think it's particularly powerful simply because it's in Priest. If it wasn't in Priest, it wouldn't be that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I give it a 3.
I give it a 2.
I like the
I'll give it a
specific
3.
part of it of drawing a very specific minion, so I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, this also works like Kazakusan if you want. If you're playing like Netherdrake Kazakusan, you get a 4-mana 8/8
Mm-hmm.
that clears the board. Like what the hell?
Well, I feel like so there was like the one they gave us in the mini set that draws specifically a dragon, right? So like they kind of limited how some things, I guess, but so now you can, I don't know, maybe yeah, I see your point, yeah.
Yep. And then the last card we have here is a freaking hat. It's
it's a wig. Okay.
Serpent Wig.
Yeah, 1.
1 mana, Serpent Wig, give a minion +1/+1. If you played a Naga while holding this, add a Serpent Wig to your hand. First glance, when this first was released, I was like, this is, what the hell? This is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And then they showed Radiant Elemental in the core set. This is much better.
Oh, true.
It's a
Yeah.
miracle piece card. It has synergies with all the Nagas also.
Yeah.
Synergy with the Queen's Guard, with the obviously Princess Vouch,
Yeah.
Handmaiden.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like, it's deceptively strong in a way, because it's like, you look at the baseline, what it does, like, why do I care about this? But it's like the glue to the package.
Yeah, I think this is deceptively powerful. Especially in
Like
those kind of-
Librams, but for priest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3.
I give it a 3.